Vrindavan Krishna is written by Shankaracharya. The people say Shankaracharya is Mayavadi. He is not Mayavadi. He is the one who wrote a glorification for Krishna, Rama, Jagannath, everybody. He is the one. Jagannath Ashtakam, which you read also, it is written by him. People misunderstand him. Okay. It's a little tough, but practice it. First we will read one by word, then you can understand. Bhaje Vrajayika Mandanam Samasta Papa Khandanam Swabhakta Chitta Ranjanam Sadaiva Nanda Nandanam Sapicha Gucha Mastakam Sunada Venu Hastakam Ananga Ranga Sagaram Namami Krishna Nagaram. Nagara means dancing, the one who dances Nagara. So dancing Krishna means Vrindavan Krishna is the dancing Krishna. And that boy coming. Bhajai Vrajai Kanandanam Samasta Papa Khandanam Bhajai Vrajai Kamandanam Samasta Papa Khandanam Sabhakta Chitta Ranjanam Sadaiva Nanda Nandanam Sabhakta Chitta Ranjanam Sadaiva Nanda Nandanam Nandan Supacha Gusta Mastakam Sunada Venu Hastakam Mastakam Sunada Supicha Gucha Mastakam Sunada Venu Hastakam Hastakam Anangaranga Sagaram Namami Krishna Nagaram Nagaram Anangaranga Sagaram Namami Krishna Nagaram Manoja Garva Mochanam Vishala Lola Lochanam Manoja Garva Mochanam Vishala Lola Lochanam Vidhuta Gopa Shochanam Namami Padma Lochanam Vidhuta Gopa Shochanam Namami Padma Lochanam Kararavinda Bhudharam Smitavaloka Sundaram Kararavinda Bhudharam Smitavaloka Sundaram Oka Sundar Mahendra Manadharanam Namami Krishna Varanam Mahendra Manadharanam Namami Krishna Varanam Kadamba Suna Kundalam Sucharu Ganda Mandalam Kadamba Suna Kundalam Sucharu Ganda Mandalam Vrajanganaika Vallabham Namami Krishna Dullabham Vallabham Namah Vrajanganaika Vallabham Namami Krishna Dullabham यशोदया समोदया स गोपया स नंदया यशोदया समोदया स गोपया स नंदया पयासनंद युतं सुखैकनायकं नमामि गोपनायकम् गोपनाय युतं सुखैकनायकं नमामि गोपनायकम् सदैव पादपङ्कजं मदीयमानसे निजम् सदैव पादपङ्कजं मदीयमानसे निजम् ददानमुक्तमालकं नमामि नन्दबालकम् ददानमुक्तमालकं नमामि नन्दबालकम् समस्तदोषशोषणं समस्तलोकपोषणं समस्तदोषशोषणं समस्तलोकपोषणं समस्तगोपमानसं नमामि कृष्णलालसम् समस्तगोपमानसं नमामि कृष्णलालसम् भुरोबरावतारकं भवाब्धिकारणाधरम् भवाब्धिकर्णधार भुवो बरावतारकं भवाब्धिकर्णतारकम् कर्णधारक यशोमती किशोकरं नमामि दुग्धचोरकम् यशोमती किशोरकं नमामि दुग्धचोरकम् दृगन्तक्रन्तभङ्गनं सदा सदालिसङ्गिनं दृगन्तक्रन्तभङ्गिनं सदा सदालिसङ्गिनं दिने 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 नवं नवं नमामि नन्दसम्भवम् दिने दिने नवं नवं नमामि नन्दसम्भवम् गुणाकरं सुखाकरं कृपाकरं कृपावरं गुणाकरं सुखाकरं कृपाकरं कृपावरम् सुरद्विषन्निकन्दनं नमामि गोपनन्दनम् नन्दनं सुरद्विषनिकन्दनं नमामि गोपनन्दनं सुरद्विषनिकन्दनं नमामि मयैव गोपनागरं नवीनकेलिलं पटम् नवीनगोपनागरं नवीनकेलिलं पटम् नमामि मेघसुन्दरं तडित्प्रभालसत्पटम् नमामि मेघसुन्दरं तडित्प्रभालसत्पटम् समस्तगोपनन्दनं हृदाम्बुजमोहनं ननं हृदाम्बुजैकमो समस्तगोपनन्दनं हृदाम्बुजैकमोहनं नमामि कुञ्जमाधव नमामि कुञ्जमध्यगं प्रसन्नभानुशोभनम् शोभन नमामि कुञ्जमध्यगं प्रसन्नभानुशोभनम् निकामकामदायकं दुर्गन्धचारुसायकं निकामकामदायकं दुर्गन्धचारुसायकं रसालवेणुगायकं नमामि कुञ्जनायकं रसालवेणुगायकं नमामि कुञ्जनायकं विदग्धगोपिका मनोज्ञतल्पसायिनं एकं विदग्धगोपिका मनोज्ञतल्पसायिनं आयनं नमामि मुञ्जकानने प्रवृद्धवह्निपायनं वह्निनं नमामि मुञ्जकानने प्रवृद्धवह्निपायनं प्रवृद्धवह्नि यदा तदा यथा तथा तथैव कृष्ण सत्कथा तथैव यदा तदा तथा तथा तथैव कृष्ण सत्कथा मया सदैव गीयतां मदा सदैव गीयतां तथा कृपा विधीयतां यतां तथा मया सदैव गीयतां तथा कृपा विधीयताम् प्रमाणिकष्टकद्वयं जपद्दधीयया पुमान् जपद्दधीय प्रमाणिकष्टकद्वयं जपद्दधीयया पुमान् भवे सनन्दनन्दने भवे भव सुभक्तिमान् भक्तिमान् भवे सनन्दनन्दने भवे भवे सुभक्तिमान् हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Ram Hare Hare Nitai Gorango Nitai Rango Nitai Gorango Rango Nitai Gorango Rango Nitai Gorango Gora Hari Nitai Gora Hari Gora Hari Gora Hari Hari Jaya Satchinandana Gora Hari Jaya Patita Pavana Gora Hari Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Rama Ram Jaya Radha Natha Sri Radhe Jaya Radha Natha Sri Radhe Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Gauri Govardhan Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Giri Govardhan Jaya Gora Nitai Jaya Gora Nitai Nitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Jam Shtapad Pranasa Pariviraj Kacharya Stottar Shata Srimad Jivan Grace Avacharana Aravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Namacharya Sulardas Thakur Ki Jai Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasad Govardhan Ki Jai Radha Krishna Gopinatha Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Sri Sri Radha Radhanath Ki Jai Sri Sri Giraj Govardhan Ki Jai Sri Gaurahar Ki Jai Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Why we always say all glories to devotees? Why? Why we have to say? To become a devotee is a very rare opportunity in the life of a human being. All the scriptures say that when one performs, I repeated this many times, when we perform pious activity for many, many lifetimes, the accumulated end result of the pious activity, that you come in contact with a devotee. or Vaishnava, which we say sadhu sangha, satsanga. When we associate with that satsanga, sadhusanga, then we become devotees. So just you can imagine, if there are 1,000 people, hardly, not even 100% people are interested in the spiritual activity. Out of those interested in 100 people also, not even 10 people are interested in engage in the bhakti. Many of the people like to engage, okay, I want to be seen as a religion, spiritualist, not to be act. One should be seen, one should also be in that position. That's why to get the rare devotees also very rare. Srila Prabhupada also said when he was in Australia, I said, I spent tons of blood to make one devotee. And you people just send him out. When Madhudisha Maharaj was there, he is the one who started center. When Prabhupada second time came, it was not there. Then he said this. Okay, this is written, this glorification of Krishna in Vrindavan, wonderfully written by Shankaracharya, glorified. So translation at the backside, we can read it. We read one by. Eternally, I worship Lord Krishna, who is Nanda's son, who is Vraja's sole ornament, who breaks all sins into pieces, and who delights the devotees' hearts. I offer my respectful obeisances to the hero Lord Krishna, whose head is decorated with peacock feathers, whose hand holds the melodious flute, and who is an ocean of Kamadeva pastimes. In the first one we write that who breaks all sins into pieces. That is the beauty of word Krishna. In the sixth canto, third chapter of Bhagavatam, you can read, Yamaraj says that anyone pay Krishna's remembering his name, mentally even, or saying loudly with a lotus mouth, or paying obeisance to Krishna even once, he will not be taken to hell. Jivana bhakti bhagavad gunanama deyam. Jiva means mouth. The one who never take the name, the Krishna's name with the mouth. Sometimes people feel shy to take loudly. Okay, at least. But mentally you can say, Chetasthanatariti charana aravindo. The one who he cannot speak loudly, but he mentally can take the thing, meditate on the lotus feet of Krishna. Krishne tinamati yacharayi kadapi. The one who never paid obeisances, namaskar to Krishna, bring them to me for punishment. So that is the potency of paying obeisance to Lord Sri Hari, Krishna. That's why I say breaks all sins. Okay, third one. What is written? Who is difficult to attain? Krishna's bhakti, Krishna's attaining, not easy. Srila Prabhupada also writes in the Nectar of Devotion, if I am not wrong, chapter 8 or 9, though we are by doing bhakti for Krishna, our bhakti is going to Lakshmi Narayan. At present we are doing the bhakti following the rules, regulations, which we call Vaidhi Bhakti. When you are doing the bhakti following the rules and regulation, it goes to Lakshmi Narayana. And by doing so, when you come to the Vaidhi Bhakti, spontaneous love of Godhead, Prema Bhakti, When you come to the Bhava Bhakti, spontaneous, like some devotee you can see, whether they service or not, they get up in the morning, come and do some service there. They can't say without doing sign. That is spontaneous love of God is coming. When you come to that stage, from that stage our bhakti goes to Krishna. Krishna bhakti means prema bhakti. Any bhakti for Lakshmi Narayana, any bhakti other than Lord Sri Krishna, it is with a reverence. Bhakti with reverence. Oh, God is so great. Oh, if I don't go to, it will happen. The reverence and fear, that is. But Krishna bhakti should be minus reverence. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the first chapter you can read, Krishnadas Kaviraj mentions the three causes for Krishna to appear as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One of the causes is that Krishna doesn't like to be treated bhakti with the reverence. He wants to feel, devotee should feel, I am one of them. Krishna is our boy. Jai Sri Sri Radha Ranath ki Jai. So Krishna bhakti means prema bhakti. Okay? But we cannot go to the prema bhakti all of a sudden. We have to gradually go. First we do the Vaidhi bhakti. If you are fully, Srila Prabhupada says tat tat karma pravartana. When you strictly follow the rules and regulations or regulative principles of bhakti, then engage in the service of the Lord and Vaishnava. Both are required. If you don't engage in service of the Vaishnavas, we get the false ego. And false ego is very difficult to get out for anyone. That's why Vaishnava Siddhanta says that one should serve the Vaishnavas. By serving the Vaishnavas, then we will be slowly free of the false ego. Because we are learning to be humble. So Krishna Bhakti means Prema Bhakti. And other Bhakti, whether it's Sri Rama or anyone, you can take it, because with reverence. You can play, you cannot go to Rama and say, I love you, Rama. Can you say? Rama, let us play kabaddi. But with Krishna you can say, I love you. You feel happy. Radharani feels happy. So Krishna Bhakti means only predominating factor is love. That's why Srila Prabhupada writes in the Nectar of Instruction that the person who is in the spontaneous love of Godhead, Bhava Bhakti. Bhava Bhakti comes before the Prema Bhakti. He doesn't follow any rules and regulations. He need not follow. When rules and regulations become part of your life, automatically you follow. It doesn't mean that I can do nonsense and do bhakti. No. When you are reaching that stage, already following the rules and regulation, purity becomes part of your life it is. Now you can see, so many years in ISKCON, to be vegetarian and do something, are part of life automatically. Nobody has to tell you. So but at that time, no stress is given for that person to follow that rules. It is independent. He follows, if he doesn't follow, still is okay. Because he is doing activity with the body, but the mental is on with Krishna. More important to be on the mental side. I don't know how many of you gone, you might have definitely gone. Vrindavan Parikrama, we come across a place, Pani Ghat. Pani Ghat, on the bank of the river, is Pani Ghat means the place we can cross the river. Other side of the river is the Yamuna is Panigaon village. Once Durvasa Maharshi was there, gopis wanted to take prasadam for him, and gopis had with Krishna went to the Yamuna, and it was flooding because of the heavy rain, it was flooding. Gopis said, we have to take prasadam, we brought from home, we have to give to Durvasa Maharshi. But if flooding, what can I do? How can we cross it? No boats. Krishna said, go and tell Yamuna, if Krishna is a Naistika Brahmachari, you give the way, we want to cross it. You are getting? Naistika Brahmachari. Gopi said, what type of brahmachari? You always chasing with the girls and playing with the girls, and he says, Naistika Brahmachari? I said, okay, it's up to you. If you want to cross it, go and tell. And they all went to the river and said, Yamunamaya, if Krishna is a Naistika Brahmachari, give us the way to cross the river. Immediately Yamuna separated. And they were surprised. They all crossed the village and gone. Durvasa Maharshi was waiting. And they given, everybody brought lot of prasadam in their basket. Villagers used to have the basket and put in there. Still, if you go to villages, you can see how they carry luggage. So they given, not one or two, hundreds of the gopis were there. All put there. They thought that he will give that honor them. After that, we will take home. But Durvasa Maharshi swallowed everything. They were thinking again we have to go and cook at home. And again, after that, they had to go back to village. They said, Maharshi, we have to go back because other parents and in-laws are waiting for us. How to cross? The river is flooding. I don't know how we are going to cross. Durvasa said that go to Yamuna and tell Yamuna that if Durvasa survives only with the air, not food, give the way. Are you getting? If survives only with the air, not with the grains. And the gopis were thinking, what is it? We brought hundreds of pots, he finished everything. And he said that it survives with air. But they can't say anything. They went and said, yes, please, if Durvasa survives with the air, not by the grains, then please give the way. Immediately Yamuna gave the way. When they went home, they found whatever the pots Durvasa Maharshi finished, all the pots are there. So that is the potential. I am telling you why, because sometimes the pure devotees, Prabhupada also writes that we should not copy them. Pure devotees, in that stage what they do, sometimes because of social systems, may do, but mentally they are in a different level. That is important. Prabhupada Leela Amrita also, Prabhupada's pastimes also comes in Bombay. When he went to the Bombay first time, with all his devotees, they are staying in one local resident house, vegetarian businessman. But when they give us prasadam, the onions were there. Jai Sri Radha Radha. So onion were there, and all the Western devotees were looking at what to do. Prabhupada took the onion and separated and started eating. It doesn't mean that we copy like that one. It's Prabhupada, behind these things. So pure devotee, what do? We should not try to copy, imitate. We should learn what to do. Time, place, circumstances. Okay? Fourth one. Fifth, Mataji. Fifth. There are a lot to talk in this also, but time goes on in this one. Okay. Sixth, next. Okay. Next. 8. I offer my respectful obeisance to Lord Krishna, who reclines on the charming couch of the wise gopis herds, and who drank up forest fire in the Mundavati forest. I pray that whenever and however I sing his glories, Lord Krishna will be merciful to me. Last one is the benediction of reciting these prayers. I pray that whoever reads or recites these 8 prayers will be frequently devoted to Nanda's son, devoted birth after birth. This benediction given by Acharya. Shankaracharya ki jaya. Practice it, Janmashtami, now you can sing it wonderfully. I have took this big song because today not much to talk about. Yasyaikanishratakalamatavalambya jivanti loma bilaja jagadandanata. Yam pravajantamanupeta krutyam Dvaipayano virahakatura ajuhava putreti tanmayataya taravobhinetu tam sarvabhuta hrudayam munimanatosmi Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim nyasam tato jayamudire nashna prayeshu abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistike Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Today we will continue chapter 4th canto, 14th chapter, 39, 40, 41 we will see it. No papers. Okay. Tadrupadmagnyaya lokasya vasulum patam bhartir parate tasmin anyo kantam chasidighan satam choraprayam janapadam hena sattamarajakam lokanaravanchakyam apitad-dosha darshina. Upon seeing the dust storm, the saintly persons could understand that there were a great deal of irregularities due to the death of King Vena. Without government, the state was devoid of law and order, and consequently there was a great uprising of murderous thieves and rogues who were plundering the riches of the people in general. Although the great sages could subdue the disturbance by their powers, just as they could kill king, they considered it improper on their part to do so. Thus, they did not attempt to stop the disturbance. Purport. The saintly persons and great sages killed King Vena out of emergency, but they did not choose to take part in the government in order to subdue the uprising of thieves and rogues, which took place after the death of King Vena. It is not duty of the Brahmanas and saintly person to kill, although they may sometimes to do so in case of an emergency. They could kill all the thieves and rogues by the prowess of their mantras, but they thought it the duty of Kshatriya kings to do so. Thus, they reluctantly did not take part in the killing of business. Prabhu, Bhagavad Gita is there. Can you give me? It's there, Bhagavad Gita. I saw. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chachunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamiyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamcha Sri Rupam Sakrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanutam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Shakanutam Cha Namah Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachacya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna to everybody. So it is continuing. So last time we discussed that the saintly sages, these pastimes took place in the age of Satya Yuga. Satya Yuga, now we are in Kali Yuga. Satya Yuga, dharma stays 100%, but still, a little transgression of dharma it is considered too high. In the Kali Yuga, complete transgression of dharma is not considered at all. So, that's why in the gone ages, suppose king is supposed to do that activity, but if doesn't, they take it as a serious. So, the king, Vena, was a very cruel, not following dharma. He said that nobody will worship Supreme Lord, nobody will perform the yajna. It is head of the department or head of the family or head of the country. It is a duty to make his dependents in a process way that they get liberated. In the first chapter, 5th canto, will come across. Rishadev Maharaj says that Guru na saschat, Janani na saschat, Pita na saschat. One should not become a mother or father if he cannot deliver his dependent children from the material existence. One should not become husband if he is not in a position to deliver her dependent, his wife, liberation from this material. One should not take the worship of dependents if the demigods are not capable of liberating him. If the Guru not in a position to liberate the disciple, he should not accept the disciple. 5th canto, 5th chapter, 18th verse, you can read it. So that is the instruction. That's why husband is called Pati. One is Bharta, means, where the Sanskrit Bharta means, Bharan means to materially take care. When Pati means Palan, the one who Palan means one should take care of the wife spiritually and materially. Oh, I is giving the food and everything. No, that is material, Bharan, Bharta. But the duty of the husband, that he should take care spiritually, material also. Material is bound because when you are taking the vows of the marriage, you are taking the vows. For 7 lifetimes we will be together. And also you taking the vow that I am responsible for her in all activities. But then they leave it. So, here also as the king, being the head of the country, it is responsibility to see that he teaches a path whereby all the citizens get liberated. That's why you can see Bhagavatam, Purusha Maharaj, Rishidev Maharaj, Lord Sri Ram. Time to time the kings used to call all the assembly of the people, they preach. Purusha Maharaj says that kindly you all follow the dharma. Because if you follow dharma, I will be liberated. If you don't follow the dharma, I will also go to hell. In the same way, how in the house situation also, the husband has to teach, head of the family must teach. Mother and father hold both responsibilities. If the children go astray, they don't follow the dharma, they will enjoy the most part of the reaction, but also to some extent parents have to suffer the reaction of the children. So that's why it is important. Reading the Bhagavatam means also say that we have to apply what we are learning from the Bhagavatam. In the 9th canto you can see after explaining Lord Sri Ram's pastime, Sukadeva Goswami says, Purusho Ramacharitam Sravanai Upadharayan Anusam Saparo Rajan Karma Bandhair Vimuchyate. Say that, hey Rajan, the king, one should hear the pastimes of the Purusha means Krishna, Rama, all the Supreme Lord is called Purusha, enjoyer. Okay? So after hearing that Upadharayan, what we hear and learn from the scripture, we must apply to our life. Otherwise, story coming, I am hearing and going out. What I am, transformation in me, what I am learning it. When I learn something, I must adopt in my life also. Is it? Practice it. If I don't practice, there cannot be transformation. Krishna killed the Kaliya serpent in the Yamuna. We all know that. What does it mean? Why Krishna has to kill it? Is it required for Krishna to enter into the water and kill the snake? Krishna did such a wonderful activity, by he thought he can kill. He can call Garuda and go and kill it. He can do it. He can call Durga and go and kill it. But why Krishna has to go and do it? What does it mean by killing the cobra, Kaliya? Cobra represents our desire for sense enjoyment. Philosophically, the cobra, snake desires or desires for the sense gratifications. People think that Lord Shiva got the snakes. That not is philosophy. One is story, one is philosophy. Philosophy that Lord Shiva is the one who is free from all desire for sense gratification. Beyond that one. Also, snake represents the death. The one who is above the death, free from the death, is the one. Lord Shiva is called Mrityunjaya. Okay. So here the killing of the snake means it is, had Yamuna water, any river water supposed to be pure, so that we can drink, survive, is it? Yamuna water is supposed to be pure. But this snakes polluting the pure water become undrinkable. In the same way, heart is supposed to be pure all the time. But because of the desire for sense gratification, the heart of the living entities is polluted with the sense desire, which is like a poisonous. Unless this poison is taken out, we cannot see the Lord. Here we can see after that he was subdued by the Krishna, then Kaliya could see the real form of Krishna, then surrendered. Okay. So, Krishna's Lord's, any incarnation, any pastime, they are giving some lessons to us. We have to try to get the lesson. That's why in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, what says? Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tattvataha taktva deham punarjanma naitamame. So Lord says that my appearance and my pastimes must be heard and understand tattvataha. Philosophically, in truth, what is behind it. How one can understand the tattva of Krishna's pastimes is the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 54 verse. You can read it. Lord says that only by the bhakti you can know. Bhaktya tvananyaya shakyaham vedo vidurjana jnatum drashtum tatattvena pravishtunta param. Only by the devotional service, not by karma kanda, jnana kanda, are going to Ashtanga Yoga, not by, but only by the process of bhakti, you can understand me in philosophical, in truth, then you will see me, you will come to my abode. Okay. So Bhagavatam means we have to see, get the, what is the intent of this teaching and apply it to us. Okay. So you hear also today that the King Vena was cruel, so the Brahmanas killed him because they are responsible. The whole earth planet belongs to the Brahmanas. Last time I said how earth planet belongs to Brahmanas. Parashurama, given after conquering all the Kshatriyas, he donated this earth planet to his spiritual master Kashyap Maharshi. Kashyap Maharshi is the Prajapati. 95% of the creation, whether it is demigods, demons, animals, human beings, vultures, snakes or insects, trees, he is the father. It is created by him only. He and his daughters. Okay. So, the Kashyap Prajapati is the spiritual master of Parashurama. So he has given the land to him. Then Parashurama, Kashyap Prajapati said that now that you have given the land, I don't want to stay on my land. So that's why Parashurama doesn't come and stay in this earth planet. He has to stay in the Mahendra mountain in Himalayas. Always. Daytime he comes and in the night he has to go there to take relax. Okay. So, the land belongs to Vaishnava Brahmins, so the king are appointed by the Brahmins. And kings have to act under the guidance and instructions of the Brahmanas. That's why when the king is coronation ceremony, even today also, irrespective of which religion, the priest goes and do the coronation. Even King Charles was coronated recently. Pope came and blessed him. Because it is not that we think that is no, it is because it belongs to the priestly community, they have to bless him that I am giving and trusting with the responsibility to serve the Lord. And similarly, here also we can see all the priestly community go and put the king crown to the head of the king. They did it, but when they were not following the dharma, then became very angry. By reciting the mantras, they killed him. Because he was blaspheming Supreme Lord. Scripture says, Narada Maharshi says to this to that, if someone is blaspheming the Supreme Lord, you got the three options. Kill him. If you cannot kill, you commit suicide. If you cannot do both of them, get out of that place. Staying there, hearing the blasphemy of the Supreme Lord or Vaishnavas, you will also suffer by hearing the consequences. So here, the sages were competent. Therefore, when king was blaspheming the Lord, they, by reciting the mantras, they killed him and gone. Brahmanas could kill, but they cannot rule the country because Brahmanas are not supposed to rule. Duty of the Brahman is patan. They must study scriptures and explain them. That is their duty. To take care of the property is not the duty of the Brahman. The moment a Brahman starts taking care of the property, he gets attached, he becomes greedy. Therefore, for the Brahman, strictly prohibited to take care of any property. But they did, but because without the king, there can be anarchy. That's why they observed that the whole of the kingdom, seeing the dust form, the thieves are robbing and running on the horses, so everywhere dust. Having seen that, they realized that because the state is kingless, no one to control, therefore the rogues are increasing, plundering and giving suffering to the innocent people. Plundering the riches of the people. Although great sages could subdue with their powers. One got the power doesn't mean that we use it. It is strictly prohibited. One should use the power when it is required. Unnecessary, one should not use the power. Sometimes people say, oh, in Vrindavan some people were asking many years before, if Rupa Goswami was so powerful, why didn't he stop Aurangzeb to destroy the Radha Govinda Mandir? There's some argument. It is not ISKCON. There is in Radhakund there is one ashram called Brahmachari Ashram. It is a very nice person. Gaudiya Sampradaya. So we said Shat Goswami is very powerful, and so that time so many acharyas were very powerful. Why didn't they allow the Muslims to take over this Vrindavan and destroy it? The answer is that the Brahmins are devoted duty not to engage in the administration. Engaging in administration means you will be subject to so many things. You have to do good things and bad things. Management. That is duty of the Kshatriya. Duty of the Vaishnavas or Brahmins is, what is that? Bhagavad Gita 1842. What it says? Shamo damas tapas shocham chantir arjam evacha jnana vijnanam astikyam brahma karma svabhavajam. They know nothing that governing, taking care of the enemies or land. It is not there. The qualities of Brahmana is that it is, you must peaceful. Peaceful means you don't have any desires. If I got the desires, can I be peaceful? No. Means a Brahmana must be desireless. If you have the desireless, how can you control the country, administration? So that is not the quality of the Brahmana. Brahmana quality is to maintain the dharma. You must be peaceful. Dhamma, you must control the yama and niyama, we call it. What are prohibited things one should not, like we got the 4 regulative principles. That is dhamma. Astikyam, should not, the Brahmana must not possess any property. What his possession is, one dhoti, like brahmachari senigo, 2 dhoti, 2 kurta, nothing. Fine. Not to have any possessions. If you got the possession, you got the attachment, then he is not a Brahmana. Astikyam. So these are the natural qualities of the Brahmana. But where is the Kshatriya dharma is that? Shoryam tejo dhritir dacha dhotapada. Shoryam must show this prowess. The Brahmana is not supposed to, I am so powerful. Somebody may ask, then Parshuram, where did he do? People ask questions. So Parshuram was the Brahmana, why did he took up the dharma of Kshatriya? It's a long story, why he had become. The whole period goes on that one. So, heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle, generosity are the qualities of the Kshatriya. So, qualities of to maintain govern is different than the quality of the imparting the knowledge is different. The Brahmana's duty only to impart and see that the Kshatriyas follow their instructions. If they don't follow the instructions, as the spiritual masters of the society, they got the right to punish them. But they cannot do the activities. So that's why understanding that they kill it, but with our mantras we can kill, but that is not our duty. It means if we are killing the rogues, then we are involving the administration of the state, which is not proper. The Brahmanas, understanding they could not do anything. Okay? So that's Srila Prabhupada also writes that saintly persons and great sages killed Vienna out of emergency, but they did not choose to take part in the government in order to subdue uprising of the thieves. They could kill the thieves and rogues by prowess of their mantras, but they thought that it is the duty of the Kshatriyas to do, not the Brahmanas. They cannot do either. Even also you can see, President of South Africa also, any country, they have so many advice. They can't do everything. Economic advisor, scientific advisor, defense advisor. He got a big panel of advisors and ministers. Then he gets the idea from him and then give the order. These advisors are Brahmanas. In the gone days also, king used to act under the advice of the Brahmanas. So always the Brahmanas, sages, what we see, they used to sit in the royal assembly also, where king had some doubt in the, then they advise what to do. And we are following that also. So we stop here only because only small purports Srila Prabhupada given. So today only that sages were thinking that because there is no head of the state, no king, therefore rogues are increasing, plundering the riches of the innocent people. What to do, they were thinking. What they are going to do, next few verses next chapter it will come. They will do. They solve the situation also. But they do not take up the responsibility to kill the rogues or punish them because that is not their duty. Though they are capable of doing that, but they cannot go to the dharma of Kshatriya. They cannot degrade themselves. If the Brahmana takes up the Kshatriya dharma, it is degrading. The Brahmana, if accumulates the money, he is degrading himself. Because one of the qualities is the astikyam. Okay. Okay, any question? Otherwise, we stop here.
In the bhajan, Kamadeva is referred to. Who is it?
Who?
Kamadeva. Who is Kamadeva?
Kamadeva. Cupid. Cupid. So, Kamadeva, when Krishna was doing rasa with the gopis, and everybody said, Krishna is the pure, it is not the mundane love of the gopis. No, said, no, what you are talking? I am the Kamadeva. I will make them bring them to the mundane love. When Krishna was doing the rasa with the gopis, Kamadeva tried to enter it. But when Krishna saw Kamadeva, he got affected by Krishna's beauty. And that Manoja Gauramo Dandanam. That's why he defeated, Krishna made Kamadeva to dance like a gopis. Where he came to make Krishna to dance. But Krishna, so powerful, seeing the beautiful form of Krishna, he was so much attracted that he started dancing like a gopi. So that's why I say Manoja Garva Mochana in that song. Very good. It means that is, when we worship Krishna, devotee Vaishnavas also can become victorious over the Kamadeva also. What is the Kamadeva? Everyone is subject to the sense gratification. Desire for sense enjoyment is the Kamadeva. So Vaishnava system that as we are practicing gradually, we can be victorious. We can, compared to other people, you can see the devotees are better in the situation than others, non-devotees. Okay?
And in the Mahabharata, Dronacharya, he was also a Brahman.
Yes. Yeah, he was the Brahman. He said that was Indra says, you are a Brahman, why you take up the weapons? The dharma changes to time. He was bound to take up the weapons to fight because he said he told his son, Ashwathama also said that when in the beginning he was very poor, very highly qualified, a disciple of Bharadwaja sage. But he didn't even have the milk to give son, Ashwathama, when a small baby. Such a poor condition. He didn't have even one cow. Highly knowledgeable, but nobody recognized him. So in that state, Kripacharya, who was his brother-in-law, was at that time royal priest in the Dhritarashtra's assembly, royal assembly. And when Dhritarashtra got sons, Kauravas, Pandavas, little boys, they were supposed to send to the school, then he suggested that the great Dronacharya, the great Brahmana, perfect in the archery, no one can compete at that time, at those days, Dronacharya, Bhishma, unparalleled. No one, even the demigods, cannot defeat them. That's powerful. They said that I can bring. Dhritarashtra permitted him. Then Dronacharya came to Hastinapur became the spiritual teacher for all these Kauravas and Pandavas. He had that gratitude. Previously, I didn't have one cow. I was unable to give milk to my son. I was in poverty stricken. But now, because of the Kuru dynasty, I am now opulent. And when they are in need, how can I ignore it? So he wanted to help out of the gratitude. But he forgotten the dharma of the Brahmana. That's why he has to die in a bad way. Guru is never obliged to anyone, disciples. He was teaching, in return, remuneration they are giving. But he not said that I am debted. Unfortunately, he had that one. He was feeling that I am debted to the Kauravas. As a result, he had to undergo such a horrible death. He was killed by his own disciple, beheaded. So, transgressing dharma also not good. श्रीमद् भागवत पुराण की जय, जगत रुसला प्रपात की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय.